Good evening and welcome to the WDSU News Hot Seat. I'm Travers Mackle. We are at the beginning stages of hurricane season in June right now, and we are talking hurricane preparedness and preparations in a parish that's very vulnerable to hurricanes in an area that has seen a lot of damage from past hurricanes. We're joined by Amos Cormier, the parish president in Plaquemines. Thank you for being here, first of all.
Thank you.
We are in hurricane season, Mr. Cormier, but you have some serious issues right now with a diversion project that you feel plays a role in this upcoming hurricane season.
Yes, Travers, and the big concern that we have in Plaquemines Parish is that there are two studies. One is a 52-year study by the Corps of Engineers on Fort St. Philip, and the other is a peer-reviewed National Academy of Sciences study entitled Hurricane-Induced Failure of Low Salinity Wetlands, which both corroborate and prove that if you do this diversion plan, we will accelerate land loss. And
you have a prop here
yes,
you want to
yes,
show.
we have here pictures worth 1,000 words, Travers. And if you look on the right, this is 1998. This is the Carnarvon area, and you can see the amount of land from this satellite photo in 1998. Then you go to 2011 and look at this map, this side, and you see the land loss. This is the same exact area. And you can
this
tell
is 2011. We're in 2018. Has it gotten worse?
I believe so. I believe so. And that is the problem, is that this proves that those two studies, that when you introduce fresh water into a salt and brackish marsh area, that you're going to have failure of those freshwater marshes when that first storm comes along, because freshwater root systems aren't as strong, they're not as resilient as saltwater and brackish water root systems.
What does this do for your parish? How does this greatly impact the people, not just living in Belchase, but in the southern part of the parish, in areas like Boothville and Venice?
This is the protection for everyone in the whole southeast region, for every 8 mile of wetlands. But the wetlands have to be above water. You knock down tidal surge by 1 foot. And so clearly you can tell by the map when you destroy wetlands, because if you introduce fresh water into an area that has been a saltwater and brackish marsh area, estuary, as is the case in Barataria Bay, you're going to wipe out the little wetlands that you do have, and you're going to wind up with open water. So you're going to be more prone to flooding, more prone to hurricanes, and that's why some people have called this the equivalent of a second miss to go.
Why go forward and do it? Why are you so against it, and why are people pushing forward with doing this diversion that would so greatly, in your opinion, affect Plaquemines Parish?
I think well, the first obvious question is there are $3 billion reasons why, but I think, sometimes local people know things better than a bureaucrat, say, from Baton Rouge. And it's also the scenario where the entity that's trying to do this is pushing this, CPRA, does not
tell
have...
people what CPRA means also, because some people may not be used to those initials.
The Coastal Protection Restoration Authority, which Plaquemines Parish does not have one representative on the CPRA. And so that's another part of the issue, is that CPRA has proposed $18 billion of dredging projects, and we think that's good for their parishes. But we want the same dredging projects. Why? Because the dredging projects work. They're tested, they're proven, we know they work. With an equivalent amount of money, Travers, we could build 25,000 acres of wetlands in 3 years, compared to this proposed experimental diversion that in 20 years, they hope to build 4,300 some odd acres.
Let me ask you a question here, because a past parish president, Billy Nungesser, who's now the lieutenant governor, used to always kick and scream saying that he felt Plaquemines Parish was left out or forgotten about when it came to big state projects. It sounds like you're saying the same thing. Is that the case? Do you feel like your parish, your residents down there are left out when it comes to big hurricane and flood preparation and large projects?
I agree with Billy, the lieutenant governor. I think we're being written off. And it's our job, my job, and the elected representatives of the council to fight, to see that the people of Plaquemines have a voice in these matters.
And is this serious? We're in hurricane season. I mean, we're in mid-June right now, late June, if you will. A storm could pop up just like that.
And that is another big concern, is that when you put, as they propose to do, 75,000 CFS, cubic feet per second of water, which is about the size of the Mobile River, you're going to create a channel there through Barataria Bay, which, what was the miss to go? It was a hurricane alley. So we've got exposed areas like Jesuit Bend area, even Belle Chase. But if you open that area up, and close it, it's going to be a hurricane alley. And that's another potential problem and threat that we have with this proposed project.
Can you're obviously opposed to this diversion project. Is it full steam ahead, or anything that you're saying, can you make this case to anybody at the state or federal level?
We're trying to make the case. I went to the CPRA board meeting just the other day and brought the 2 scientific studies, and I was not allowed to speak. And so that's a little frustrating. There's obviously the fact that the CPRA has awarded contracts. I think they've already set aside $40 million in architecture and engineering contracts. That's somewhat alarming because, you know, we don't feel that the people of Plaquemines are being heard. Clearly, good science has to have good data input. And that is the basis of the scientific method, is that you have to have empirical data. And there's nothing more empirical, nothing more real than this. You know, anyone can produce a virtual reality model, but these photographs, you know, don't lie.
How much of your parish right now is outside the federal levee protection system? I believe it's Jesuit Bend through Belle Chase, but everything outside of that, am I correct in saying, is outside of the protection system?
The big game changer now is Hisdras. And we only have a small percentage of the parish now within the Hisdras system. Hisdras provides the 100-year levee protection, and that's from Oakville and Belchase. Belchase is just pretty much the only place that's really fully protected. We do have levee systems throughout the other parts of the parish. Those levee systems are good, but they're not Hisdras system 100-year flood protection. We have 50-year, 25-year flood protection in other areas.
A lot of times people forget the slither of East Bank Plaquemines Parish that's next to or adjacent to St. Bernard Parish. Are they protected? Because there's a lot of concern on the East Bank, especially areas like Braithwaite.
Yes, the East Bank has suffered tremendously. These pictures are from the East Bank of Plaquemines. Their economy has suffered tremendously. You have one of the oldest and first African-American fishing co-ops there, and they have taken an absolute brutal beating with the inability to fix the Mardi Gras Pass, salinity control structure, Carnarvon, which we all just saw, dumping fresh water in. And it's not just fresh water, Travers. It's also, these are nutrient toxins. We've seen good articles at what's happened when Bonnie Carey Spillway was open, about how the toxic algal blooms, the dead zones. And those are all things that the East Bank has already experienced and suffered the effects of the adverse environmental impacts. On the hurricane side, naturally, when you lose this much marshland, you're going to be more exposed to hurricanes. Now, on the good news side is our parish has invested more than any other parish, with the exception of Terrebonne Parish. We've invested about $50 million in improving levees on East Bank. And the council just recently appropriated another batch of money to elevate the Scarsdale Pump Station. So that will bring all of the levees on the East Bank up to about 12.5 feet.
Final question here, because we are running out of time. Bottom line, a lot of people are watching this right now in Orleans, Jefferson, St. Tammany parishes that are north of Plaquemines. But in your opinion, as goes Plaquemines when it comes to protection, as goes the rest of this area, is that how important Plaquemines is to the metro New Orleans area?
We're the front line of the fence. We're the speed bump for the hurricanes for everyone else, Orleans, Jefferson, and everyone else. And that's why an investment in Plaquemines is a good investment for the Southeast region, because we're that speed bump. We're going to knock that hurricane down to where when it gets to that, the Orleans and Jefferson Parish levee systems, it won't be as strong.
All right, Amos Cormier, I wish we had more time. We will talk during hurricane season. Appreciate your first time on the hot seat here. That is all the time that we have, unfortunately. For now, you can see this entire interview starting tomorrow on all of our social media platforms and, of course, at WDSU.com. With Amos Cormier, I'm Travers Mackel.